Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Team no sleep. Ladies and gentlemen, what's today? End of August. That's
Yes,
Montel
sir.
Allen right there. What's going on with you, brother? Good to see
Man, count blessings every day, brother. That's about it.
you.
You know,
Can't do nothing else. Can't do
can't do
nothing else.
nothing else.
That's how
Yeah,
we need to start every single day because each day isn't promised, and we gonna get into that. We gonna get into
yeah.
some of that. We see folks jumping in. Appreciate y'all for jumping in, sir. We see you. Saw you last couple of hours as well. Thank you for your service. Thank you for being attentive. Um, man, here we go, man. This is gonna be one of them shows, right? That again, either I'm gonna end up on the fetal position here in the studio, or hopefully you don't drive erratically going back home because we done lost some more kids for no apparent reason. We got a dude who decides to go to a church, stakes the church out actually, right? 'Cause went in the church a week ago just to see, so premeditated. I don't need to go into details. You guys see it. Don't care what channel you look at. I don't care if you look at CNN. I don't care if you look at Fox or whatever the case may be. It's all over the news because this affects everyone. Young man went in and opened fire on the church, killing some young kids as they were praying.
It's tough, man.
You can't
Really
get
tough.
much more defenseless than that.
Nah, it's um. Can't even gather my thoughts. How sad.
This is a bad one, right? We've
This
had some bad ones before, but this is one right here that, come on, come
people
on.
that are sitting there worshiping God, saying their prayers, supposed to be in a sanctuary, right? Sanctuary in church. We're praying to God, and your life gets taken by a coward. Another cowardly act, another cowardly person. It's just senseless and it's sad. And the fact that we as a society, it's almost like we're so used to it, we just move on, right? Just keep moving.
This
We
one I
don't.
don't know, right? This
I,
one
I mean,
I don't know if folks are going to necessarily move on from this one because this one
I
is
mean, we've had killings before and child shootings before. I think we're getting numb. That's the perfect word. We are getting numb as a society to these types of situations because one, we tolerate them. I mean, obviously we couldn't prevent it because of the situation, but we tolerate them. We've been how long we been on the air? 3 or 4 years now. We've been talking
yeah.
about gun laws and how come they haven't did it, and still another senseless killings. Another kids are getting killed. Kids are getting killed in sanctuaries like schools and church, and there's still no gun laws. There's still no more infuriation about it. Our president says nothing about it. The president before that said nothing about it. The president before that did nothing about it. Said nothing about it. When are we going to, as a society, do something about this? It's too many guns. It is too many guns and too easily accessible. Period. It's too accessible.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter that we give all the he's crazy or this or he's got mental issues and all that stuff, fine. That a mental issue person, those persons hopefully should not be able to get guns, but guns are so accessible now, it's not a problem. So that's where I'm stuck. I'm very stuck. I'm numb. I'm hurt. I'm numb. I'm remorseful. My prayers go out to all those families that are affected, all that whole community that's affected because this shouldn't happen, man. This should
We
not happen.
affected. We affected,
Yeah,
and I don't even know the folks.
yeah.
Why? Because we care. We fathers in and of ourselves, and you know me. I didn't put myself in that situation. I didn't put
Mm-hmm.
myself in a situation that I got the call saying that my child was in church praying, and a coward. You see, it's written here in the story. The
Mm-hmm.
shooter standing outside of the building, firing through a very narrow church window. Couldn't even see anybody. It was just started shooting.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, the debates, the arguments, the discussions about it, people, man, it's sickening, man. It's really sickening. Like I don't when like we keep this is the thing we keep blame. I mean, not that they're not. The person that's doing the killing, obviously, that is a problem right there in one itself.
Mm-hmm.
But when are we going to get to the root cause about guns? We have so many guns in our society, so accessible. The thing that people that are mentally unstable get access to them to do devilish things like this. You
That's a
know,
good way of
if
putting
he
it.
didn't have access
Devilish.
to it,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not saying he might. I mean, he might have did it a different way, but at least lethal thing outside of a gun, people can defend themselves. People can run. If you went in there swinging a knife at somebody, people can defend themselves, get out of the way, move, and do all those things. A gun, they just can't. You know, and too many nutsos got access to guns. You know, and they're committing these demon-like acts. Let's call it what it is. And then now we're all here back and remorseful. And I guarantee in the next 2 weeks we're gonna be moving on to something else. And I and me and you, James, we shouldn't be the ones
Huh.
arguing, having this
Huh.
conversation alone. It should be our politicians or people that I don't. The NRA, do they have a remorseful bone in their body?
No, they got a lobbyist who's sitting in Capitol Hill right now who's trying to get AR-15 plus extra magazines approved for uh,
See what I mean?
right.
That's more important. Like what is this? Who in the United States needs to be walking around with an AR-15 with extra clips?
How much security do you think you need? I see you, Marvin, in the comics talking about. Yeah, I agree. We're numb to this. Better background checks. Background checks.
Nah,
Yeah,
I think the
it's one
background checks is
thing,
that's yeah,
but
that's whack. I'm not even hearing the background check thing. We need. I'm just taking off the. We need more gun laws restricting guns being produced and handed out. They need to cut it out, man. Like I said, when is the NRA gonna have a remorseful bone in their body seeing all these senseless killings of kids? When is a representative from NRA is gonna say, you know what, it's enough. It's enough. We need to figure something out. We need to come to Capitol Hill and discuss how we can stop guns getting in the wrong hands of people. I haven't heard that conversation once from them. And that's sad. That right there is sad. We talk about, and you know what's crazy? We talk about all these other safety issues, right? You got to wear a different kind of helmet so you don't get a concussion. You got to wear this
uh,
because you don't do this. You got to do all these things for this. Well, you need to stop making guns so they stop killing people. No one
imagine,
talks about that.
imagine being that father right there, right? Who, right? We've dropped our kids off at school, sports, church. Well, at church, I feel that should be one of the safest places, almost like a hospital or something of that, and drop my kids off.
Man,
Then you,
church is that's just supposed to be sanctuary, blessings over blessings, and the fact of the matter, these children were praying to God,
mm-hmm.
giving their thanks to God, praising His name, and this demon, opens fires on them and kills them. If
Two
this ain't
young
a sad day in
victims.
America, if that's not a sad day in America, I don't know what is, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put some perspective for folks who probably haven't heard just the numbers. And so two young victims, 18 other people injured, including 15 children, several critical, and they remain hospitalized. So 15 kids, guys out there shooting at the church. Marvin, I hear you, man. Back out and Drex ain't it. That's only a small piece of it. Somebody's sitting in one of those round white domes in each of our cities, each of our capitals, and in DC needs to go ahead and man up, woman up.
It's enough, man. It's just enough. I don't. I can't even call it no more. Right? It's more than enough. Stop. You can't curb people from buying guns, just like you can't curb a kid from buying candy. If there's so much candy, they're gonna buy it, right? You keep
Yep.
making candy, you're gonna buy it. If you keep making guns, people are gonna buy them. I understand that, but once you keep making guns, you put a curb on everything else. We're We're worried about sugar in our sodas and our drinks, but we're not worried about bullets in the gun. We're worried about, how unhealthy our food is and what our meat and all the pesticides and hormones they shoot in the meat, but we're not worried about guns. We're worried about people loitering, just hanging out in the street and not
Come on.
committing no crimes,
Come on.
but we're not worried about guns. So when is a talk going to be about guns? And I mean a real talk, not a talk just to get you elected and say you're going to do something and then we never hear the conversation again. When we have people that are really out there lobbying and saying NRA needs to have some responsibility to this and take some accountability because you're making way too much. You're giving us
Mhm.
so much of an abundance that anybody and everybody can get their hand on one.
Yeah, I was over here while you were talking. I was looking to make sure that all of the major news channels, websites
Mhm.
had something about this, uh, and they do. So they've moved the Kelsey Swift engagement down to something that is more relevant. So appreciate that. I was going to call them on the carpet if they didn't, but
Yeah.
I, I don't know, man. I can't wrap my head around this one in particular. This is not that any of them that we've ever talked about have been easy, but this one, I don't.
Uh,
I'm looking at these kids right now. That two of them are gone. Many of them critically injured in hour-long surgery. For what? For why? The dude wasn't even in the building. He was just shooting through a cracked window.
Crack window. Just shooting anybody that comes rough. And for what reason? For what? I still can't wrap my mind. Why would anybody want to kill somebody that's innocent that just don't know? Just shoot them for no reason. What is the purpose of that? What's the meaning behind that? I don't get what psyche was it. Because as mad as I've ever been at anything, didn't want to kill him, you know. And a damn sure didn't want to kill nobody that wasn't involved and just ran and running around.
Yeah, and this wasn't random, right? For the fact, so the
Well, he
shooter,
cased it out. Well, I said it's premeditated.
yeah,
I understand that part. He was casing it apart. But okay, my son, what makes you want to shoot an innocent child?
I, I don't know. An innocent child that he probably knew people around. And the reason I say that, I'm coming back to it. The shooter, identified as 23-year-old Robin Westman, died on the scene from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. So he got off easy.
Yep.
He got off easy. I quote me if you want to on that. You can knock me off the internet. I don't care. Westman had attended the school, and his mother previously worked in the parish. He knew the school. He knew his way around. So someone in the building he knew. So why, again, you attended the school. Your mom was a part of the staff there. Why do you go back and end up?
Yeah.
We
Well,
don't know the
even
motive. Obviously, we don't know the motive because he's gone. But there's a lot. There's a huge paper trail. This guy was writing manifestos and memorandums talking about. I wonder if I did this, if I did this heinous act, if I did that.
I mean, he just coward, man. Coward. He's a demon and he's a coward. I'm glad he's off the earth. I hate to say that.
Mm,
I don't like to say that about many things, but I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad he's gone. But I mean, I wish he just wouldn't. He wouldn't have took those angels. And when I say angels, those families' angels, those kids were their
yep.
families' angels, their jewels, their loved ones. I wish he wouldn't have been able to hurt or take any of them before he took his own life. I mean, the coward should have just took his own life and just been gone with it instead of killing people.
What do we do though? So what? Okay. So what we do tomorrow? What do we?
Pray,
We're
pray,
2,000 miles
pray,
away.
pray. All we could do is pray, pray, pray for that, pray for them that those people have strength. Because no money, nothing you do, whatever gesture you do is temporary. All you can do is pray for those people
Mhm.
to have some strength. Because nothing's gonna bring those kids back. Nothing's gonna make those kids ever forget that moment.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever gonna heal the trauma of those kids being shot at a young age. So we can't do nothing but pray at this point. We can't pray. I mean, we could assist a little bit here. Money will help and all that stuff there and do all those things there. But at the end of the day, all we can do is pray and hope those people have enough strength to be able to get through these moments.
I'm a man of faith as well, and I know that in the book it says you should not question God, and I don't. I'm gonna be a doubting Thomas just for a quick moment, just for the conversation. Praying is what got two of these kids killed.
Nah, man, that didn't get him killed. A gun in the window, somebody shooting got him killed.
And again, y'all. I mean, I'm not being facetious or anything, but I'm just there's got to be an
Praying to get them
actionable.
to
There's got to be an
disappear.
actionable action that we can that somebody can do. And I think obviously
I
send it up in prayer. So obviously do that because I think
yeah.
that needs to happen. But someone needs to do, and then after that, someone needs to take
I,
actual action.
I think the state that Minnesota will take a lot of action on it, and this is the reason why. We also remember that a couple of months ago, one of their I don't know if it was a city councilman or a city person. Remember the man killed the councilman and her husband at the
That's
house.
right. Man,
Just over the police officers.
yeah.
Yeah, so I do believe they are going to try to probably take a tight grip on guns as a state. As a state, they're probably going to do something different. I'm pretty sure they'll do something drastic. I'm pretty sure there'll be a good call to action for those things to be done. That's enough
Gotcha.
for them,
Yeah.
but that is not enough in the United States. I mean, we're gonna peel back the onion. Let's peel back the onion all the way. We have a gun problem in this country. We've always had a gun problem in our urban neighborhoods, right? They chose to turn the other cheek. They didn't pay attention to it until it seeped out, and then we had these mass killings going on.
Hmm.
And then ever since we had um the big old riots, the race riots with the riot with oh boy, damn, I forgot his name in Minnesota. What's
Floyd.
uh yeah, George Floyd. Excuse
George
me,
Floyd.
sorry. Ever since the George Floyd situation, we had those riots and we had all those things. Things got out of control with guns, right? People were bringing guns when they were the riots and all that stuff going there. And it's slowly subdued. We've had the high murder rate in Chicago. It just kind of just subdued it now, starting to get a little bit better. We had in DC was always been bad with guns. The killing that happened in Buffalo, the shooting that happened in Buffalo, the stuff that happened in Texas with those kids at that school. We got so many of these situations going on. When is enough for them to trigger to say we need to do something drastically different with the way we distribute and produce guns to civilians? A background check obviously is not enough. You can get stuff on the internet. So what we need to be able to do some kind of checks and balances to make this stuff better for society. Because we got to think we're in changing times right now. People are losing their jobs. Economy's not as great as everybody thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
We're in the era of AI and robotics now.
Hmm.
Just coming and taking a lot of jobs. People are getting more depressed, more desperate as the days go on. That means more frustration. And when you're frustrated and angry, people take it out and lash it out on people. If you have accessibility to a gun, it's not fist fighting anymore. It's not just yelling at nobody. It's not just having road rage. People will actually shoot at people.
Crazy.
And I'm not saying that that's not an excuse to do it. I'm just telling you those are reasons that people will justify
Yeah.
why they're doing the things they do. And then we're sad. We're in a dangerous state, man. I mean, think about it. What 2 years ago, your daughter and them was at a concert shooting.
Yep. I think about that.
Matter of fact, at my daughter's school, my daughter and my son school just started 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That supposedly there was a person on there and held two students at gunpoint. So
Class hadn't even started yet. I mean, just orientation
barely
and all.
started. Somebody supposedly held somebody at gunpoint. So man, dude, we in some serious tough times, and the one thing we don't need is people having more accessibility to guns. I'd rather fight. Let's go back to the old school. We just fight it on out. You don't like me, I don't like you. Fight it on out. At least you live another day. But with
Yeah.
things like this going on and happening right here, man, I don't know what is it gonna take to pull that trigger for people to really have a reaction. And I know everybody's into their own world and doing their own thing, but I'm sorry, something like this is bigger than you sending troops out to supposedly Chicago or sending troops out walking around DC. Those not saying those things aren't important in those communities, but this needs to be a primary focus. Because guess what? If you didn't have a lot of guns in those communities, guess what? You wouldn't need troops running around those cities. You wouldn't have a high murder rate if you curbed this thing before. Our president talks about everything but gun control, but yet you want to use violence to enforce.
Make it
I'm
make
kind of
sense. Make it
yeah. It
make
don't make
sense.
sense, man.
All right.
You got people. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
I mean, as Marvin, I see you, man. Yeah, I wish you were at a location where you could jump on. Would love to get your perspective. I unfortunately think that we're going to have an opportunity to talk about something like this again. So it'll come up. And I'm gonna get to you. I see you, brother. I appreciate you for coming through as well, all the way from across the pond there. And so, End is coming in from Vietnam. So, I mean, folks in all these other locations across the globe don't have these types of overt issues with gun violence. They got
No,
everybody's got crime, but I, listen. I just spent 2.5 weeks in Africa, brother. I didn't have to worry about nothing.
no.
I know everywhere there's pockets of this and that. I mean, but you go to these other countries,
Y-
they put the
gu-
feet down and they have proper laws about who can carry. I, I,
yes,
I know a
yes.
handful of folks that are on the stream right now, myself including, my extended family as well. We have weapons, we have guns, but the people who are getting those guns, getting those weapons, getting those AR-15s, getting those M1, getting things that they really come on. What kind of protection do you need? But again, if you're somewhat unstable, you don't need to be walking around with this type of
No,
artillery in your back pocket.
nah,
You don't need
man.
to be just because you turn 18 in Texas, you can actually go out there and get an AR-15.
Yeah, I just don't agree with the accessibility of guns and so how so easily for people to get them, and why do we have gun shows and why do we have all these different types of things for people to be able to um just for them to have a reason for violence, right? Now protection is one different thing. Going out to seek violence is another thing, and the person that you give that to, you got to be really really careful too. I I've said this for ages. They need to be able to put a chip in a gun so they can track a gun and know exactly where it's at and when it's been fired. We got chips in everything else. We have a phone and walks
Yeah.
around with it. We have everything. Why is there not a chip in the phone, a gun that shows where everything goes? One that'll cut back on crime because you know exactly what happened and when it happened, and you can track a gun if it's missing. So if someone broke in your house, James, and stole your gun, if there's a chip in it, they know exactly where it's located at, where it's
Hmm.
going. You know, and if you buy a gun and you remove the chip, you should be fined
Yeah.
heftily, so you
Yeah.
won't do it again.
Talking about you misplaced it, you lost it, you lent
Yeah,
it to somebody. What you
yeah.
this ain't a bowl of sugar
Okay,
out the
you let
kitchen,
somebody.
right?
Where's it at and where's it going? So if there's a chip in the gun, then it'll curb a lot of crime, right? We'll know who shot, when it shot, when the gun was shot, and where it's at. Or at least we know exactly where it was last at, so we can go to that scene of the crime and figure out what's going on. I don't understand why that's so hard. We got all this technology. We got AI that can build a house, but we don't want to put a chip in the gun.
Y'all hear him, right? I don't have to make it y'all even very plain, very plain. All right.
That seems like simple technology to be able to do. And don't talk about battery life because if you said chips in the gun for
Yeah,
4 years, guess what? Every 4 years, just like you got to register your car, got to do anything, you
time
have
to
to go get
renew.
your chips switched out of your gun.
Time to renew.
Period.
Why
Yeah,
are
you got to
we
renew.
as a sports show talking about this? Why? Because it matters. As it's a social impact story. Why are we? I know. No, I'm not even gonna say that. 'Cause I know other folks are talking about it. I don't honestly. I don't expect the ESPNs and the CBS Sports and the Fox Sports to talk about this. I expect to see this tonight when I log into my news channel at 10 o'clock to get some more updates on it because I'm going to. But still, I think it would be it would be valuable if even the ESPNs, the CS, the Fox's Sports said something about this moment of silence, a moment of dialogue, something to say something. I know the Lynx coach. I know she said that they were going to do something amongst the team as well to kind of acknowledge this. Maybe something on the jerseys or something of that. So I mean, some action. There's got to be that action. Yeah, continue to pray. There's value in that. And, there's solace in that, and there should be some action in that as well. But got to do something again with those folks that sit in those domes in the capitals, the cities, and each of these states that we have.
Yeah,
Let
there's got to
me
be.
take a look at the comments here and make sure we got everything. What about illegal guns out there? Yeah, listen. I mean, I know how to 3D print. I can
Mhm.
I can print something that has zero signatures on it, zero serial numbers. So I mean, those are out there. So not just the illegal guns. Uh, Laura Williams in the building. Appreciate you, my friend, for being here. We need control over guns, and we need more mental health care. all of those things. Tired of having this story. And then this one's off the cuff compared to some of the other ones.
Yeah, this one's
This is a
because
bad
of the
one, brother.
that one's bad, man. This is a bad one, brother. So
It is bad. So let's just move into some other things. John, the government tracking my guns is not the answer.
why isn't it? What do you have to hide? That's what I want. They track you on your phone. People track you on your phone all the time. So what's the difference between tracking your gun? So I'll challenge that. Anybody that says that, I'll challenge that. If you're not doing anything illegal, why can't they can't track your gun? They got a satellite over your house that takes pictures. They track your phone.
Yeah.
You got a GPS. They track you on that. Why can't the government track your gun? And I ain't saying the government. It could be state law, legislation. It could be a private company. But if they can figure out where that gun is at and when it's been fired and when it's been shot at and when it's been done, and if somebody stole it, where it's going, guess what? It could solve a lot of those crimes because they can get right to the crime scene right away. So I don't
Mhm.
understand why people have a problem with it.
I'm giving them opportunity to respond. And John, hopefully you were here for the entire context, entire conversation, what we were saying about gun ownership, things of that, and the fact that yeah, look, I got some things out here in my garage as well. They're just, uh, and you know the story we're talking about. Again, I'm not sure if you joined a little late, but we're talking about this situation that happened out in Minnesota. Man, it just this can't happen. This can't happen. Something's got to be done. We can't sit idly by and just point the finger at everybody else. Somebody's got to stand up and do something. So, um, and you got the keys to the front door too, brother. If you want to jump online and get on camera, you can definitely do that as well, or just chime into the comments. But I appreciate you. We appreciate you for jumping in, man, because how does Montel end it every week? You know, getting comfortable having uncomfortable conversations. We got to
Yes,
talk
sir.
about it. We got to talk about it, or else we'll continue to have it fester and well up amongst it. All right.
Yeah.
If you log your comment, I'll come back to it, but we're gonna move on to the next topic here. And again, it's not a great one. Man, a lot of violence happening in the world, and here this brother is. And I know you didn't see this story. Do you know Shaq Mason used to pay for the Patriots?
No. Mm-mm.
All right, so here's a story along the theme that we typically used to talk about before:
Mm-hmm.
domestic violence. NFL Shaq Mason choked out the mother of his child before the arrest. Went into the house 3 o'clock in the morning, yelling, cursing, screaming, knocking stuff over. Physically assaulted woman, told her that he was going to kill her, slapped her across the head and face a couple of times. No motive or nothing, no rationale or reason. So one went to the house, meaning he don't live there. Which meaning that yeah, not even gonna speculate, but this man, two-time Super Bowl winner with the Patriots, helped Brady win a couple of Super Bowls. One obviously won two himself, but
Okay.
now going to the
That,
mother
that
of his child's house 3:11 a.m. Bro, I
is
got nothing to
alcohol
do.
involved.
I got nothing to do with you at 3:11 in the morning.
Is alcohol involved?
It's not in the story, and it's really interesting that I got to go to TMZ to get some of these off the
I'm
shelf kind of stories. But
not 9 times out of 10. There's usually alcohol or some type of something that can impact your capacity, drugs or something like
yeah,
that in your system that draws this because you're sitting there, you depressed, you mad, you start drinking, and these incidents happen. Just like remember the Richard Sherman incident a long time ago. Alcohol got involved, went to his girl's house, beating on the door, causing all kinds of commotion. I'll safely assume that that was one of the situations that he probably was intoxicated right and probably jealous about because she's moving on and upset. You know, that's a mental health issue as well. A lot of us men don't know how to move on once a woman breaks up with you,
oh,
right?
talk
Especially
about okay. You want to talk about that? Come on, now we
it's just
start
truth.
opening
It's
up
truth.
wounds. Yeah.
Yeah. They don't. We don't know. We don't know how to act when a woman breaks up with us. Especially when you want to claim she's the love of your life, or especially when you have kids by the person, and
Mm-hmm.
all these things, and then they break up with you, or they're no longer want to deal with you anymore. Men have a hard time swallowing that pill. Women move on. I mean, I'm sure women have the same situation. They just don't react the same way as we do. At least some women don't. or a majority of women don't. Men have this tendency; they feel that they want to be controlling, uh, and when things don't go their way, especially if I'm sure he's been a football NFL player for so long. His way to dealing with situations is acting out and violently,
That's
right?
exactly so. That's exactly kind of what Marvin was saying right here, right? He wasn't trained on how to come down after the football high,
Yeah,
right? And then John was talking about, yeah, steroids make him crazy or some type of drugs. Something had to be in the system. Again, 3:11
I
a.m.
don't know.
I'm
I
not
wouldn't say
coming.
drug. I mean, alcohol, man. It's typically alcohol. You said, think about it. I can picture the scenario right now.
Yeah.
Him at home alone, or him in his apartment alone, or even a hotel alone, because him and his girl got into it. He's broken up. He started sipping on that yak, man, and all those things start festering. You know, I can't believe she left me. I love her. It goes from that one. I'm morseful. Now I'm angry, and then now I'm angry. I want to act out on it. So the way I'm gonna act out, I'm gonna go over to her house. She gonna listen to me. She gonna
Mm,
listen to me tonight. She gonna listen to
hmm
what I gotta say, and then it turns into these types of things. Um, it that's a issue amongst not him alone. I mean, his acts are wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not justifying his act, but that's amongst a lot of men. Black, white, brown, green, orange, yellow, purple. It don't matter. Men have a hard time losing their women, and they don't understand how to cope with it or deal with it.
What kind of relationship would it have been, or was it, if she had said, "Oh, we're gonna try to patch it up"? Especially when you see what I got highlighted here. Mason also sent a selfie to the woman with the text that read, "I'm gonna kill you."
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not going. I'm not going to invite you in my bedroom if you have that mentality.
Well, first of all, let's be real. There's a lot of people in a lot of toxic relationships.
Uh, I don't understand it, man.
You don't because you're not in a toxic relationship, but
I,
people that are in a toxic relationship justify those things. They justify the things they say, hitting on each other, abusing each other, and all those things. I don't know. I don't know how to do it because I'm not in that kind of situation. But I'm saying people. There's a lot of people in toxic relationships who can understand. They deal with stuff like that all the time. Most majority of people I don't think act out on it, but some of them do.
mm,
Me personally, I believe there's probably alcohol involved, like I said, or
yeah,
some type of drugs or whatever. Not steroids, but whatever he was sniffing, smoking, shooting up, whatever.
some,
I think those things were involved, and that just intensifies your feelings, right? If you're feeling remorseful, it's going to intensify it. If you're angry, it's going to intensify it.
yeah,
Him being a
and
football player, he acts out. That's the
yeah,
way he
and
acts out.
just like John is saying, right? I mean, let's be grammatically correct, right? Alcohol is a drug as well, and too much
Yeah,
it can abuse that as well. So we want to make that clear. But I, man, this is insane, man. I, again, at 3 o'clock, 3:11 in the morning. I got to get put some clothes on. I got to find my keys. I got to drive to your
man,
spot, and I still got to be angry that whole time. I knock on the door. You
man.
sleep because normal people are asleep.
That ain't nothing to me. What you describing ain't nothing new to somebody that's been in that situation. The person just broken up with their girl, super angry, what's going on. Man, that fume don't turn down, and then you, like I said, you add a little alcohol to it. That mind start racing, and they're like, Shh, I'm going over there right now.
Yeah, stop mixing your liquors, folks. I don't want to make fun of it, but goodness gracious,
Stop mixing your liquor and your feelings. That's what you need to stop mixing.
don't get into your feelings when
Don't
she say she
yeah, don't
through,
mix that
she
liquor and
through.
them feelings, man. Yeah. You in your feelings, stay sober. So you
You
can make a
know,
sound decision.
yeah. Listen, like Marvin saying, a woman don't want to be with you. Just roll out. There's
Hey man, you know how people get, man. They get this sense of family with kids and all that stuff. I'm sure a psychiatrist could explain it a lot better than I can. But I'm sure you have kids. You've been with this woman. You either you're in love with her, you think you're in love with her, or whatnot, and then like I said, all those other things start rolling. You know, rolling on you. He's probably he's not in the league no more. Oh
yeah,
man, depression sets in. He probably got a whole lot of stuff going on, and unfortunately, that lady was probably was abused. So I'm glad she was able to move on, but that's just not a good look, man. When
not
you're
a
in your
good.
feelings, do not drink.
Yeah, not a good. Okay, I'm gonna say something here, and I preface this, and I don't want to speculate. I just wonder because all right, so this story is horrible. Hopefully they all get the help that they need. I worry about, and like, third person looking in. Correct me if I'm wrong. We on the outside gave Travis Hunter a lot of grief for his fiance, now his wife, his
Yeah,
girlfriend, now his wife.
yeah.
They just had a baby.
Having a baby. She's pregnant.
Having, I'm sorry, they having a
Yeah.
baby. Right, third person looking in, outside, Monday morning quarterback, whatever you want to call us. We looking at him. We saying, "Hey, bro." Right, and we've said all of those things about the relationship, just wanting to make sure that it was for the right reasons on her side, because he seems like all he cares about is making sure that when he hits the field, he's the best two-way player since Bo. I would really hate to have a story, something similar to this. And again, I don't want to speculate, and I probably shouldn't have brought it up, but that's immediately what I thought of when I saw this story right here.
Mm.
Young cat, right? Again, in an interesting relationship, just from the media's eyes and from the external person's eyes. She seems to be somewhat different and not completely involved in the relationship. And again, I don't know anything. I don't know her first name. I don't know her last name. But again, I'm reading the rumor mill, which I normally never do. But that literally was the first thing that I thought of when I saw this story. I said, man, I hope Travis Hunter doesn't end up in a situation similar to where it goes awry like this. Young cat who's completely smitten with her, completely smitten with his new profession. He's making his money. He's buying his family the homes and the cars that they need. He's taking care of generational, and then something happened. Uh,
Um, we can't control the future. That's for one.
yeah,
I never had a problem with a relationship with this girl. I mean, two people in love, regardless of if he's understanding of the way she acts and she understands in the way he's acts, and they're happy with each other. Who am I to be judged?
true,
I'm not.
true.
I'm not a judge in that. So I think they're fine. I'm happy for him. I'm glad he's having the baby. He seemed really excited in the pictures.
Yeah,
She seemed very excited in the pictures that they're having
yeah,
the baby.
right.
Um, I mean, let people live, man. Let them live. I mean, I don't think he's going to be in that situation. I think he's actually smart enough to understand what's going on. I believe. I hope they stay in love and continue to grow their family and do everything they're supposed to do, regardless of what the media thinks how unconventional their relationship is.
Yeah,
They're happy. So if they're happy, we're not the judge, man.
that's
We ain't the
true.
people
That's
to
true. Let me
judge.
let me let me get out their business. Thank you.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a man who is willing to accept when I may have fallen off the rails. But it was on my heart. So listen, me and Montel talk about a lot of things throughout the week, y'all. So thought I'd put that out there. Marvin said, "Look, he gonna be all right. He just gonna go out and do some fishing."
That's all he gonna do,
That's
man. My
my
brother just want to go fish and play football. Ain't nothing
Travis don't
wrong with
care
that.
about nothing except fishing, football. He don't care
Yeah.
about nothing else. I mean, he gonna be all right. I just pray that he stay that way. All right, all right. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Uh, Appreciate everybody for chiming in the comments. We are multiple places. I'm seeing we got the Twitter blowing up. We got the Facebook happening. Shouts out to the Facebook, Mom. I'm only streaming on Facebook because of you. I'm trying to let him go. I'm trying to let him go, but that's where my mom and dad hang out though. So um, let's get into a couple more stories, and then we're gonna wrap it up so you can get on the road and do what you got to do. Micah Parsons. Oh my goodness,
Yeah. Green Bay bound, baby.
Micah Parsons. Say that again. Where he going?
Green Bay bound. He out.
Green
And good for him.
Bay bound.
Good for him.
Jerry Jones, stupid.
Hey, you know what though? Hey. So I've listened to
Jerry
both
Jones,
sides.
stupid. Don't no, don't. You not. I'm not gonna let you.
Nah. I
This
mean,
he's stupid.
you can say he's stupid. I say he just Jerry Jones. I'm gonna tell you why I think he's not stupid. He's found a genius way to make all that money and lose while losing. He's found winning and losing. My team doesn't have to be good. We're the richest franchise in sports. We haven't won in 30 years. Super Bowl. I'm not. I just paid Dak Prescott 60 million and he went out to game 3. I'm not gonna turn around and throw another 100 million at somebody else, regardless of who he is, when people still gonna buy my memorabilia, they're still gonna come to the games, and they're still gonna watch me on TV. So at the end of the day, is he smart or is he dumb? He's smart as hell.
He got
Because he's
more
about to make
zeros
another big.
he got more zeros and commas in his checkbook than I do. I will say that for sure.
Absolutely. Well, I should say financially smart. Now,
Yeah.
sports wise, building the franchise and wanting to win, that was a bad move. But even though he got a lot of picks for him, but I
Yeah.
still think it's a bad move. I think it's a bad move.
Yeah.
Unless Dallas is right now saying we're looking in the future, what we got right now, we can't win. So I need to stack up as much picks and do as much as I need to do and go. I don't think they're that smart. I just think they didn't want to deal with Micah Parsons no more. They didn't want to deal with his agent no more. They didn't want to deal with the situation no more. You keep asking for money, I'm not giving it to you. So let's peace out. Get up out of here.
So you didn't want to have the coldest edge rusher on your squad. You wanted him coming after your little quarterback now. So in exchange, the Cowboys received three-time Pro Bowl defense Kenny Clark and 2 first-round picks in 2026 and 2027. Those picks are important. First-round picks.
Yes.
But now you got Micah coming after Dak.
One game a year. Who cares? It's one game a year.
Micah gonna knock Dak down, bro.
I mean, to me, I look at it this way. If you're not happy where you're at, then please let me go. Micah Parsons made it clear that he wasn't happy because they didn't want to extend his contract. Hey man, it's time to bounce. And I think it was a fair compensation. Actually, I didn't think it was too skewed either way. I'm gonna get 2 first-round picks plus an All Pro for my All Pro, even though he's dominating. But we could live with that and go forward. I don't have a problem with either one of them. Dallas ain't gonna win nothing this year anyway, so who cares?
He done said that
With
before.
Michael Parsons, they wasn't gonna win anything. They wasn't gonna win with Michael Parsons, so if we're gonna lose, we might as well lose without having that $100 million price tag. Am I correct?
I guess so. You got the crystal ball. He done already said they not winning nothing. But Micah is getting 4 years.
With Michael Parsons there, Michael Parsons there, was they gonna win the Super Bowl?
Well, no, he's not gonna help him win, but he definitely gonna help.
Wait.
He gonna knock somebody down.
With Michael Parsons there, were they gonna win a division? Because Washington right now is hot.
Yeah, no, they need more. They need more weapons. They need more weapons on the other side of the ball.
So if they don't even think they're gonna win a division, and I know I'm not gonna go to the Super Bowl, and we're probably gonna barely make the playoffs. Why would I owe Dak already $60 million? Am I gonna put another $100 million on somebody else? That caps me out, and I can't get any more players. It's not a dumb move strategically.
Because you got.
It's not a dumb.
We fanatics, right? We don't like moves like that. You over there making sense.
But you got to think about the business side of it. It's not a dumb
over there
move,
making common sense. Stop with all of the rationale. I'm saying to see Micah Parsons in green and yellow instead of the blue and white is going to be a shock to the system. And I'm telling you, when Micah get that opportunity to come around that edge and knock Dak down, he will not hold back.
Great. And if Dallas somehow pulls it off and wins the game, who cares? Because the bottom line is they're not going to win. They were not going to win with Michael Parsons, and they're not going to win without him. Not longevity-wise.
They're going to be first to last place.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, if I'm an owner and I'm not going to win with you, and I don't really see too many building blocks, why am I going to stymie my cap by paying you $100 million a year? I might as well give me some assets so I can build around it to start building up. I'm not going to have a $60 million price tag with my quarterback and a $100 million price tag with a DN. Makes no sense. Especially from a cap standpoint.
I don't like talking to you no more with all this logic.
Let's move. We got to move on. And I think it was the right move. Let's move on. We're out. We're gone. We're done with Michael Parsons. We'll start all over.
John's long-term move. Fans got to stick with it. It's a rebuilding year again.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Here I am. Y'all know me, my Steelers. I got one terrible towel left. I done burnt all of them. I got one left. Aaron, I need you to last longer than 10 minutes this season. I need you. Right. I need when you hit the field, I need you to last longer than 10 minutes. You can carry the flag out all you want to, but okay, that's just me being selfish. We'll see how this is. Mike is doing all right. $188 million. Generational money right there. Everybody's fine.
Good, man. He good.
Yeah, the math is mathing for him, but John saying, I guess fans, we need to,
The fan ain't fanning for Dallas, huh? The fans
fan
ain't
ain't
fanning for
fanning.
Dallas, but the
Yeah,
math is
right.
mathing. I got you.
Okay,
I got you.
we'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. Marvin says he wants to talk a little bit about tennis. I haven't been watching much tennis.
Oh, your
I
old
do,
girl
I
went off
do,
on her.
I do, I do like the couple that's jumping off, Trinity Rodman and your boy Ben Sherman. I think they are the next. They're not as big as the Travis and Taylor, but I like the fact that that's a positive couple that are both winners. And anytime you put Trinity out there on a soccer pitch, she's scoring. So I like her. Ben
we,
Sherman, I like to see
we,
your brother out there doing his thing and winning. So
we couples no sleep. Is that what we talking about?
see, I don't know what we talking about, brother. The community
You
was
giving all
asking about tennis, so
you giving about the relationship stuff, man. What you talking about? He talking about the old girl that won tennis to beat old girl over there that was talking trash
old
to her.
girl, listen, you don't even know. Do you know the names? I was
Man, I don't know her name, but I remember
okay.
I seen the clip and I was cracking up because she's like, I beat her over
They,
here,
oh,
I
they got
beat
the
her
fight.
here, I beat her over there, and I beat her anywhere.
Yeah,
I ain't
they got
winning
the
much. So
fighting, and then old girl said she needed to learn how to take that L. I did see that.
yeah. So
Well,
that's all
okay.
good, man.
Here's the only
But
story that I know. I'm glad that
what's
Venus
that?
is back out there winning. So Venus is
Yeah.
out there after a long time. Y'all know we talked about her a few weeks ago. She has to kind of come back to get the health insurance, and she's getting her health insurance, and she's also winning. So that's the only story. Yeah, that and the Sherman and the Rodman relationship.
Sherman and the Robin.
God,
Oh, I wanted to
what you
bring
got,
something up
brother?
to you.
Yeah, help
We was
me because
talking
I
about
just went off the rails.
we was talking about old boy fighting Jake Paul. What's his
Mm-hmm.
name?
Mm-hmm.
And I sent you the clip. I mean, I sent you that snippet why he is fighting Jake Paul. He's going to get $120 million to fight Jake Paul. That's more than all the money he's combined that he's won in all his purses right now to
That's
fight
the
this
reason.
one fight.
That's the reason to do it.
So I know that's why he's fighting him. Remember we were talking about last week, like why is he fighting him? It's gonna hurt
Yeah.
his legacy. It's strictly for a money grab, and I don't blame him. If
Yeah.
somebody's gonna pay me $120 million to get in the ring, I'm getting in it too.
Mm.
That's 120 million. That's all that makes up every purse he's made. That's more than all of that combined. So why wouldn't you take a chance for that one shot? You're in boxing to make money. So he's gonna get his money. He's already won belts. Matter of fact, I think now that when I heard about it, I thought it was a smart move for him financially because there's nobody really out there for him to fight in
Yeah.
his weight class. So it makes sense.
We'll see. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch. As long as I don't have to pay
I ain't
for
gonna
it.
watch it.
Well, as long as I don't have to pay for it. If it's like pay per view, I'm not gonna do that. I'll see
I'm not watching.
if I can
I catch the highlights
swipe it
on
off the internet.
ESPN.
Yeah, if I can
Yeah,
swipe
I
it off
catch
of
the highlights
YouTube
on
or something, I'm not gonna pay for it.
ESPN.
I do want to see if Tank. I think Tank's a bad dude.
Man,
He
Jake is
can.
way too big for Tank. He's way too big for Tank. Tank can run around the ring a long time, but he way too big. If he get in the mix, if he start to mix it up, it's gonna be a problem for Tank. I believe.
Tank is fast and quick. But quick, well, they both mean the same thing. But yeah, if Paul hits him with one of them sledgehammers, that's true.
Yeah, he's just too big. It ain't the fact that he's more skillful. He's just way too big for him. That's all.
That's good. Yeah, Taylor Townsend. That's okay. That's right on the tennis side. Well, there we go, brother. We said what we had to say. We went up and down. We getting ready for real football to start. In the trading was talking about there was a college football game actually overseas, U.S. college football. I did not even watch
Yeah, it was
that.
Iowa. Iowa beat some. It was Iowa and somebody. I forgot. They won. Iowa won though, or Iowa State. It was Iowa State that won. Excuse me.
Before we wrap, your thoughts on that, right? I mean, is college football the right thing to be overseas? Because
Absolutely, absolutely. I think anytime they can put that overseas and sell out the crowd like they did and get an opportunity to play, I think it's great for those young men to be able to travel, see something they never saw before, entertain another crowd, playing the sport that you love, and get to come back. I think it's okay. I don't think it's a big problem at all. I mean, as long as the schools can finance it, it's not impinging on the student body or impeding on the student body's finances. Why not? You know, college football is at an all-time high. It's making so much more. It's making so much money right now. Why not? Why not give them the opportunity to go over and do that?
was Kansas and Iowa the right schools to be out there doing it? What
I
were
think
they?
so.
Are they relevant enough to? I kind of know the answer to to the question, but I'm asking just to be facetious. Were they the ones that should have been out there doing
Yes, absolutely. Why
it?
not?
Okay.
Why not? I mean, what you want to see Alabama and Tennessee? No, they're not
That ain't
going
gonna
over there
happen.
right now.
That ain't gonna happen. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
eventually.
So why not? Why not two teams that are going to be relevant in the Big Ten to be able to go over there and play? They sold out, so evidently people like what they saw. So yes, absolutely. Why not?
All right. All right.
What you want to see Oregon State over there? Oregon State
Come on,
versus
listen. We
UCLA
just
over there?
we trying to we trying to do what we can. God dog it. I'm gonna be at the
There you
game
go.
too when they play Houston. On when's the game? I don't know if Jen is online right with it. Yeah, I'll be there next month. I might
Hmm.
end up running on the field too if they win. No, when they win,
Do you, man? You got to
I'm
do
a,
you.
I'm gonna run on the field with the rest of the students when they play University of Houston, whatever it is. But I, I I just didn't know if these were the right schools to really. But it's the spectacle of the sport, so that kind of
Yes,
does matter, and the closeness of the score, 24-21. I mean, I think it shows the competitive piece. So yeah, just talking it out loud, I guess it did make sense and it's good. So would love to see that happen again. Don't know if they're gonna continue to go all the way over to I think it was in Ireland. I've been to Ireland. That's a
hmm.
long flight, brother. That's a long
Hey, man.
flight.
I ain't never
Whew.
been over there, but I'm sure it
Oh,
is.
yeah, it's gangster. It's nice, but it's a long flight. Uh, all right. But that's cool. That's cool. American sports getting all over there. Real football replacing, not replacing, but football.
Hmm.
What you got coming up, man? You got anything coming up on your side?
Nah,
Sports
man, just
related, anything?
R&R for the Labor Day weekend. That's about it. Got a little bit of work to do.
Yeah.
Beyond that, just chill with the family, man, and enjoy. You know what I mean? Make sure I go to church on Sunday and do my thing. That's about it.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. I'm looking at John's comment. Did I drive my car off the road and now in the ditch? Hold on. Did I tell him that story about when I did that a long time ago? Okay, you know
Yeah,
some
people telling
things.
your business. Huh? Yeah,
I'm just wondering, man. Did I tell him that story when even third world countries don't watch? Oh, see now he getting personal. Okay, now
hmm.
we with them fighting words, brother. I love you, man, but no, them fighting words. Let's bring it home, man. You said you got nothing going on. Appreciate that. Listen, enjoy the holiday, enjoy the family. Let's be cognizant of the things that are happening in the world. We talking about sports, but we talking about the social impact of sports. There's a lot of things that are going on around us. It's not just as it's going to be LeBron's last year. It's not just Taylor and Trav. It's not just some of those things. Let's let's get on our knees. Let's help each other.
Absolutely.
Minneapolis is crying right now, and we need to go support everybody that's there. Go ahead and bring us home, brother.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Everybody, please check up on your loved ones. And like you said, man, say a prayer for those people in Minneapolis and prayers for your neighbors and everybody around you, your family and everybody. I think that's very, very important. Um, Keep God first. Take care of family, and like we always say, get comfortable having uncomfortable conversations.
We out.
Montel and James, bringing the heat, team no sleep, with champions meet, we're on the mic, taking over the game, no time for rest, no swearing it for fame. Talking sports, breaking it down from the court to the field, all around town, we stay up all night, grinding on the mic, bringing news, real stories on the fly. Montel's got the stats, James got